working on sourdough. I decided to start making my sourdough. And to start sourdough, you need your starter. So I started with sourdough starter on the 18th of March. On the 18th of March, and today is 1st of April. I've been feeding my starter every day. This was the first one I did. Then I did on the 19th. Then I did on the 21st. I did this on the 21st. Then I did this on the 24th. But this 1, 2, 3 are all gotten from this. So the discard, I used it to make this. The discard I was getting. So these ones did faster than these ones. Do you understand? But this is the oldest that I have. So it's 15 days today. That is just 2 weeks and 1 day. So for people in colder climates, you'd most likely take up to 4 weeks. Yes, 4 weeks or more for your starter to reach its peak. But in Nigeria, the climate is extremely hot and we just battled heat wave. So I started this during the heat wave, so mine got activated very fast. Although I hope it's activated, because these two, the one I made on the 18th and 19th, they followed every protocol or sourdough. So the feeding, from day 1, day 2, you just notice bubbles, not so much. You don't notice a rise. Day 3, day 4, you start noticing a rise. Day 5 to 6, you get that immediate rise. Like, so you can feel it. It can be this level. If you can see clearly, I was marking it. It can be this level, then it gets all the way up here. But with what is it called? So that's what they did. They followed the protocol. These two that I started early, and from day 7 or day 6, thereabouts, they fall drastically. So they go back to its initial position. So you might be tempted to use your sourdough starter when it gives you that false rise immediately. But based on research, I found out that it was just false. So you have to still wait, because I was like, it was so fast. Is it because the climate is hot? No. So after so much research, I left it. They fell drastically. Then I was just feeding. You just notice a lot of bubbles. But you don't really get that rise like you got when it was false. So from day 8 or 9, depending on where you are, or from day 10 rather, you now start seeing that rise. So after you feed it between 4 to 6 or 6 to 12 hours, you get your rise double the size. So the longer it stays, the shorter the rise duration. I don't know if you understand. So this one has stayed for 15 days. I want to show you guys. This morning I woke up to it exploding. All of my sourdough starter was so full, I could barely open the jar. But only this one maintained it's this height. But you can tell that if I close this up, it's going to continue rising. You can see all the bubbles on top. So I've been feeding it every day. From day 1 to like day 6, 7, I fed it morning and night. Then from 7, and I followed a routine. So I was doing 11:45. Yeah, I think that's what I was doing at night, and 11:45 a.m. So I was doing that, but I got tired. From like day 7, 8, I just made sure I fed it once a day, because I noticed it was active, it was doing well. Like you can tell there are bubbles there's rice and everything. They are all doing well. So I was feeding it just once a day, and from day, I think day 5, and from day 5 I switched to whole wheat flour, because from research whole wheat flour helps with the rice. So either whole wheat flour or rye flour. So I've been using whole wheat flour because I can't access rye flour, so that's what I use. So hence the color and the specks of brown. So it's whole wheat, so that helps with the rice. Like it did so much better than when I was just using plain flour. So I ran out of whole wheat flour from like day 10. I started using, not day 10, just I think day 13, because this one I stayed the longest, day 15. So like day 13 I ran out of whole wheat flour, and I just continued with my all-purpose flour. Since it was already active, I could see it getting active, so I continued using my plain flour. And yesterday I decided to change the ratio, so I added more flour to water when feeding it, because I noticed that mine was a bit, no, I will not say runny, it was just lighter than videos I've seen online. It wasn't like this. So I changed the ratio. I added more flour and little less water. So I woke up this morning and I found that even though that I sealed this jar lightly, everywhere would have been messed up beside the surface. So I guess mine is ready. I hope so, because like I said, the climate is hot. This is just 15 days. This is 14 days. Now these ones are, I guess why these ones did well was because they were gotten from this too. Do you get? So it was stronger. So I started feeding this with discard from this, so that discard was already getting activated, so it didn't need much work. Do you understand? So I want to show you guys what my 15-day-old starter looks like. I'm trying to open it, because making sure it does not spill out, because this morning was out. I had to just stir it because I couldn't feed it again, if not it was going to overflow. So I know these dry parts are from the ones that spilled after I opened it. So now to preserve this, I can preserve it for like, I can continue feeding it, transfer it to a big jar, continue feeding it till forever. Do you know, it's very forgiving, it does not die. Or I can dehydrate it, so I'll just dry it, and anytime I want to use it, I take out a portion, dissolve it in water, and use it to bake. So that's what I'm going to do with this tray, because this is a lot of sourdough. It just keeps on multiplying. But for now, I want to transfer everything to a very big jar, and hopefully it's a very big jar. Hopefully this will accommodate everything. But let me show you what it looks like. I'm trying to open it gently, because I don't want if it's not risen to the top now, it's because I stirred it. Do you understand? But I wish I could have captured when it was, see, I stirred it. I had to scratch all this. I wish I could have captured all the bubbles. This container, this jar is really small, but you can see the bubbles. If you guys can, there are bubbles all around, the tiny bubbles. Some, see, there are bubbles everywhere. So if I'm to, when I'm transferring it, I'll show you guys. But you can tell that it's active. Let me show you this one. So all these are dehydrated. So this is what it's going to look like when you dry it and you preserve it. Then you dissolve it in water anytime you need. This one really spilled, like, see, really spilled. and it's still going. If I left it closed, they have spilled again. It's still going. So this is what I have. You can see the tiny bubbles. I don't know if you guys can see. So these are all bubbles to tell you that your starter is active. This one has reached its peak. I hope so. So I'm going to try it out soon in some days to come. But for now, I just want to transfer everything. I think this is my slowest starter. Either this one or the other one. See, so this is an example of the bubbles, and this starter is so active. Yeah, so can you see it? That webbing effect is what we want, and all the bubbles. This one, you have more bubbles, visible bubbles. So now if you want to know it's ready, you do a float test, but sometimes float test does not guarantee, especially when you just mixed in your, what's it called, your, especially when you just fed it. So see all the bubbles. Then the smell, now it smells sweet as to when we started. See, they're still rising, even just being here. So I want to transfer everything, and I'll show you guys when I'm done. So I don't know the one to start with. If I should start with the last one, you know what, I do not want to include the oldest starter I have, because this is the first one I'll be using to bake. But let me just add others and show you guys. Can you see? Let me bring it closer. So I'll just transfer it here, then I'll leave it to continue getting active. You can see the bubbles. So when you have so much bubbles, it's a sign of a healthy starter. So I will transfer every single thing aside the first one I did, because I don't want a situation whereby these ones that are not up to 15 days or more than 2 weeks are not yet at their peak. Then I'll now mix it with the first one. I don't know if you get. So this is one of them. So at least this jar is big enough for me to work with. This is one of them. See all that bubble? So I will still scrape it out. You don't want anything to waste. But you see this, you know why sourdough is endless? Because just this and even little and even less, rather, just this and even less will start a fresh batch of sourdough starter for you. Do you get? So I don't need to rinse this and wash it out. I can just start another one. But I'm fine with the one I have. I'm fine with it, honestly. So let me just add, this is the baby. Saying this. So see, show that bubbles. So they are all healthy. Ooh. So when I'm done, I'll show you guys. I've transferred everything to this jar, and I at the last minute I decided to add my first starter, my 15-day-old starter. So this is what we have. I don't know if you guys, it's so heavy, like it's rising. I don't know if you guys can see all the bubbles. They are just forming, just from me transferring everything. So I transferred everything, but I've not mixed it up So this is what we have: a big jar of sourdough starter, and I think I'm still just going to leave it for like maybe extra 1 week, extra 7 days. At this point, I don't know if I'll be feeding it. I don't know if I'll continue feeding it because it's quite a lot. Like, it's a lot. What am I making with? It's a lot. It just keeps rising. It keeps rising, but at least it's secure now. I still have some space. Then maybe I'll leave it. If I see that it's giving me, I don't know. I don't want to assume. I don't want to assume this is ready to be used, just because it's not giving me the same effect that I see from videos of those in other climates. I don't know. So I don't know. There are bubbles, yes, it's rising within how many hours after feeding. So I don't know if I should just take out a portion, use it and bake and see. Hopefully it's ready after baking, then I'll just go on and just stop feeding it and just leave it to this thing. But I don't want to stop feeding it when it's not at its peak. But I don't think I'm going to feed it again today since it's rising continuously. I'll seal it and that's it. Wish me luck.